Have you ever thought that forgetfulness is just something that naturally comes with age? I thought so too, until I discovered a simple 60-second routine that helps many older adults remember more clearly than younger people. I'm Dr. Sofia Ramirez. I'm a neurologist with more than 30 years of experience helping adults keep their minds active, nimble, and strong no matter how many birthdays they've had. You've probably experienced it. You walk into a room and suddenly you can remember why you went in. The name of someone you've known for years slips away. The word you want is somewhere in your head, but it won't quite come out. You are not alone. I hear these stories from my patients every day. For a long time, I believed these small lapses were an inevitable part of aging. Then I noticed something different. I met people in their late 70s and even 90s who were remarkably sharp. They moved with confidence, spoke clearly, and could recall childhood details as if they had happened yesterday. What struck me most was that this clarity didn't come from miracle drugs or expensive therapies. It came from a very simple routine that awakens areas of the brain that otherwise remain passive. Best of all, these movements can be done while sitting, without strain, no risk, and no special equipment. In this video, I'll show you 5 short exercises that activate the brain, CEI's most important functions: memory, focus, balance, and mental clarity. If you watch to the end, I'll show you how to combine them into a single 1-minute daily routine. 1 minute can help you regain years of mental agility, because it's never too late to wake your brain up. Many people imagine memory loss as something that happens suddenly, like one morning you wake up and names, dates, or daily tasks are gone. The truth is, cognitive decline is often quiet and progressive. It can go unnoticed until it is quite advanced. It starts with small signs: trouble finding words, forgetting why you entered a room, difficulty following long conversations, or just feeling mentally slower. Sometimes we blame stress, tiredness, or poor sleep. Those are often signs of brain fatigue. When parts of our brain are not regularly stimulated, connections weaken. The hippocampus, responsible for memory, slows down. The cerebellum, which helps coordination and balance, loses efficiency. Brain circulation drops. It's like a plant that hasn't been watered, not dead, but slowly wilting. The good news is that, like a plant that can bloom again with proper watering, the brain can be reawakened by steady, targeted stimulation, and you don't need long hours of exercise or complicated routines. A single minute a day is enough to begin. Exercise 1. Moving the toes. It may sound strange that moving your toes could affect memory, but there is solid science behind it. The toes and feet are directly connected to the cerebellum, a region involved in balance, coordination, and attention. When you deliberately move them, neural pathways that have been inactive for years can reawaken, like finding an old key and turning it. The results are real and documented. Let me tell you about Don Ramon Garcia from Madrid. At 75, he came to me because walking and climbing stairs had become difficult, and he had begun avoiding leaving the house out of fear of falling. His legs were not weak, but the connection between his brain and body had frayed. I recommended a very simple exercise: move the toes for 1 minute a day. At first he laughed and asked whether it could really help memory, but he agreed to try. The exercise is done seated and is very simple. Lift both feet slightly and hold your toes up for 5 seconds. Press the toes down for 5 seconds. Then lightly massage the toes with the tips of your fingers for 10 seconds. Finally, open and close the toes for 10 seconds. The entire sequence takes about 30 seconds. Repeat it twice to complete 1 minute. After 15 days, Don Ramon returned and said, "Doctor, I walk more steadily now. I don't have to brace myself as much. And the most surprising thing, my mind feels clearer, as if there's more light inside." A study from the University of Tokyo supports these benefits. Older adults who practiced a similar footy and balance routine for 3 weeks showed measurable improvements in balance, coordination, and memory compared with those who did not. No gym clothes, no heavy effort, just a few minutes on your feet. Because sometimes mental activation starts from the ground up. Exercise 2. Neck movements for brain circulation. The second exercise focuses on the neck, a critical route for brain circulation. When blood flow is restricted, oxygen and nutrients don't reach the brain efficiently, and the mind slows. The neck is a bridge between body and brain. When it becomes tight from stress, poor posture, or inactivity, circulation can be restricted as if a hose has been kinked. This exercise improves flow and gives the brain a quick refresh. Sit up straight with your shoulders relaxed. Gently turn your head slowly to the right, to a comfortable point. Then return to center and turn to the left. Next, tilt your gaze upward and hold for a few seconds. Finally, lower your chin slowly toward your chest. The whole sequence takes about 30 seconds. Doing it twice a day gives the brain a minute of renewed circulation that sharpens clarity, concentration, and retrieval of memories. Simple as it is, when done mindfully, these movements become a powerful way to wake up the mind. Exercise 3. Tongue movements to activate speech and memory centers. The third exercise focuses on the tongue, and it may feel odd at first, but its effects are backed by clinical practice. The tongue is rich with direct nerve connections to brain regions involved in language, verbal memory, and cognitive agility. Consciously moving the tongue sends strong signals to these areas, like an internal massage that activates sleeping regions. Sit with your back straight and mouth slightly open. Stick your tongue out as far as you can and hold for a few seconds, then move it toward the right cheek and left cheek. Press your tongue against the roof of your mouth for a few seconds. Relax, then trace circles inside your mouth, first clockwise, then counterclockwise. This sequence takes about 30 seconds. Repeating it twice completes 1 minute. This exercise is particularly helpful for people who struggle to find words, have trouble naming people or details, or feel their speech is slower than it used to be. It is a form of neurostimulation that supports speech, thought flow, and memory retrieval. Anywhere, anytime, without any tools. Exercise 4. Ear massage to awaken vestibular and auditory brain systems. The fourth exercise is an ear massage. Many don't realize that the ears do more than let us hear. They are connected with balance, orientation, and arousal systems via the brainstem. Stimulating the ear area can influence the brainstem, and therefore improve balance, reduce dizziness, sharpen hearing, and, perhaps most importantly, increase mental clarity. Sit comfortably and cup your ears with your hands. Gently lift the ears up and hold for a few seconds, then pull them slightly to the sides, then down. Finish with small circular massage motions around the outer ear. In just 30 seconds, you'll often feel warmth in the area, a relaxation of facial muscles, and a gentle brightening of the mind. When done twice daily, the benefits increase. The practice is supported by studies showing improvements in vestibular function and reduced confusion. As a preventive measure, it strengthens the communication between body and brain, helping to reduce falls and mental fog even before symptoms appear. Real-life example, Carmen Lopez from Seville. Let me share Carmen's story. Carmen, 80 years old, came to me with poor memory, slow speech, stumbling steps, and a stiff neck. When I explained the 5 exercises, she felt overwhelmed at first. But when I showed her how all 5 could be comfortably completed in a single minute, her expression changed. She started with toe movements and gentle neck turns. Little by little, each small motion activated areas of her brain that had been quiet for years. She practiced calmly, without rushing. After 3 weeks, she returned walking steadily, speaking more clearly, and with a smile I hadn't seen before. "Doctor," she said, "you wouldn't believe it. Yesterday I remembered a phone number of a friend I hadn't thought of in 20 years. That's the power of waking your whole brain at once." Exercise 5. The integrated 1-minute routine. You don't have to perform each exercise separately. In fact, the most effective practice is an integrated 1-minute routine that activates multiple brain areas at once. Here's a gentle, coordinated sequence you can do seated every day. Begin with hydration. Take a small sip of water. The brain is mostly water, and even mild dehydration reduces neural performance. Toes. Lift toes for 5 seconds. Press down for 5 seconds. Neck. While toes are relaxed, gently turn your head to the right and left, then look up and lower chin. This can be interleaved so you're combining gentle toe movement with neck turns. Tongue and ears combined. Stick the tongue out and move it side to side while gently pulling the ears upward and outward. Then massage the ear rims in small circles. Finish with deep breath. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth once or twice to engage the parasympathetic system and settle the changes. All together, done slowly and mindfully, this sequence takes about 1 minute. It's practical and gentle, and it wakes the brain, strengthens neural connections, improves circulation, and enhances balance. Carmen and Don Ramon practiced this, and both reported clearer thinking, better walking confidence, and the small but meaningful joys of remembering names and details they had lost for years. 3 simple ways to strengthen results. Drink a glass of water first. Hydration improves neuronal function and boosts the effect of the exercises. Breathe deeply while you move. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. This calms anxiety and improves oxygen delivery to the brain. Pair the routine with gentle music you enjoy. Soft piano, guitar, or nature sounds activate reward and memory centers and turn 1 minute into a small, pleasant ritual. 3 mistakes to avoid. Doing the exercises too fast. Slow, deliberate movements are what stimulate the brain most effectively. Rushing reduces benefit, pushing into pain. Movements should be gentle and respectful of the body. If something hurts, slow down or stop. Irregular practice. Consistency is the key. Results come from daily repetition. Even 1 minute each day adds up. Final encouragement and call to action. No matter your age, 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your brain remains alive and capable of renewal. You've just learned 5 movements that activate vital brain systems. Toes for balance, neck for circulation, tongue for language and memory, ears for vestibular and auditory clarity, and an integrated 1-minute routine that ties them all together. You may have felt tingling in your feet, a release in your neck, or a surprising clarity in your thoughts while trying these. That's not a coincidence. Your body is responding. If you try this for 3 weeks, come back and tell us what changed. Share this video with a friend who's been forgetting where they put things, or a family member who worries about their memory. Everyone deserves to age with clarity and dignity. Thank you for being here. Start today, give it 1 minute, and see what 3 weeks can bring. I'm Dr. Sofia Ramirez. I'll be waiting to hear your story.